What's up, peeps? Welcome to the locker room. I am back here at home. Now, it's been a whirlwind moving here because I left here late last night. Yeah, last night. Going to Miami. Woke up this morning, spoke to my squad, the University of Miami, and we sat down and talked with Coach for a few moments. And now back on the airplane, got back here, had to do a little quick appearance, and then now I'm talking to you guys. And let me tell you something. There's so much to talk about right now. Even though we don't have any real game sports going on, you got tennis and stuff like that going on, but no real football games. And this little period right here, we're like, it's almost here. The real NFL season. I shouldn't say no real football games because we did have the start of college football. We had a good game. We had a live game. I'm up in Kansas State. My nephew, Tony Sands, that played for Kansas State over there. He was Tuxedo Tony at the time. So they had a game. They lost to Iowa State. But everybody in the real world, outside of the Kansas State and Iowa State fans, know that the real college football season starts this weekend. It starts Friday with Deion Sanders and the Colorado Buffaloes. And then, of course, Sunday, I'll be in Miami for that epic showdown between Miami and Notre Dame, which I talked to the team about today. I love what Coach is doing. Coach Cristobal is bringing in people, making sure that the team just gets a real understanding of what opportunity they have before them this season coming up. So we'll talk about all of that, guys. We got some great stuff too now. Let's talk about this. I'm gonna call it the bomb that blew up the internet. The bomb, the TNT bomb. Boom! That blew up the internet. The Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift engagement. Boom! Did that thing blow that thing up? TNT, boy. And I wonder, I'm just curious between me and me, it's a lot of guys. And Travis Kelce got the greatest of life, and everything is great for him. But just think about this. No, I'm not even gonna bother that. I'm gonna let it go. But I don't want to be the one that starts coming up with crazy things and ruin anything. That there's anything that people start. Oh, no, not for my man, because y'all know who's my most favorite dude in the whole NFL. Is this dude right here. I've said that plenty of times. I'm gonna say that every time, and I yell it loud from the top of my voice. I love nobody like I love Travis Kelce. That's just the bottom line. I love him. So I love seeing him with Taylor Swift. I love seeing him living his best life. And I'm talking about they are living their best life. Go up a little bit. Let me see these numbers. Because, he was smart enough to bring her on his podcast, on the New Heights podcast. And there you go. And it set records. You know what I mean? They had a million at one time. This is how this stuff reads. It says Travis and Jason Kelce sets new Guinness World Record for most concurrent views for a podcast on YouTube with 1.3 million live viewers. 1.3 million live viewers simultaneously watching the episode. 20 million total viewers for live. That's pretty insane. Now, we've been watching these so-called power couples walk around for a long time, and we've watched it, seen them on TV and radio together. I just don't know if we've seen it look like that. That's why I call that TNT right there, TNT. So let me say it, and I mean it more than anything. Congratulations, my brother. Congratulations to Travis Kelce. Congratulations to Taylor Swift also. I don't personally know her. Congratulations to Taylor Swift also. But to this, I don't care what anybody say. This this is no better dude in the NFL for me. No better dude. So I'm so happy for this dude right here, man. He's just a good man through and through. The things that when I coached him in the Pro Bowl that I saw him do, and it'll make him my best dude in the NFL forever. Well, as long as he's playing in the NFL. So we'll leave that right there. So congratulations to you, my brother. I really mean it from the bottom of my heart. Boy, I hope you're as happy as you could be. And it looks like from the outside that you're just stacking them up and knocking them down. It's just everything. Championships, setting all kind of NFL records. Travis at the great place. This is where everybody wants to be, where your team is begging you to come on back and play again. Most teams are trying to get you retired. No. Please come back and play. Just come on. We need you one more year. You want to keep that kind of dude around. And it's so crazy, too, when I think about it, because I told you guys a long time ago that I was one time on the plane with when they were thinking about it. I don't know about Travis Kelce. I don't know about him, because they thought he was a little like me, actually. We don't know about him. And I told him, no way. So that dude will make a huge difference. And yeah, he has. So congratulations to my brother, man. We're happy for you. Now, guys, I want to also talk about this Shedeur Shiloh. We're going to call that the Sanders news. The Sanders news, you almost got to have as we get down to this 53-man cut down by every team. All teams had to get cut down today. You got to watch that Shedeur and Shiloh, that Sanders news. Now, you guys know about Shedeur. He got released, okay, Tampa. And I told you about that. And I think he still has a chance, because I told you he's like a perfect practice player. And they'll start working on that or get an opportunity. And I saw Dion talking about it. It's always, think about this, and I love him. You can see the push father in him. That's how he pushed his kids to work so hard to get to where they are and where they want to be, to try to realize their dreams. But then fathers have to wear so many coats. You have to push the baby out. You have to then sometimes after you push him out there, push him hard to get him to do what you have to do, sometimes you got to protect him. And today, I thought I saw the protecting father. I've seen him push, go hard, work hard, get it done. Let's get it done. And today I saw the protector. Because I guess probably everybody's talking about Shiloh being let go, talking about Shedeur. And he said, trust me, all those Sanders will be okay. Don't worry about that. So that was that protecting father that stood up. But I'm going to tell you, they are going to be okay. And why they're going to be okay is a lot like what I just told you about TNT. Everybody interested in what happens with Shedeur and Shiloh. And the Sanders knows how to turn your eye gate and your interest, your attention into dollars. So they're going to be all right. And I love seeing the protecting father comes out and protect his babies when the world was coming at him. Guys, we'll still talk the documentary if you guys want to talk. Still, we're still on that street because it's some things I'm even thinking about on that documentary. And I am going to put out a conversation that I have with Emmett about the documentary that'll be coming too. And the conversation that I had with my coach today after talking to the team. Now let's jump and talk a little bit about the start of college football next weekend. Well, not next weekend. I keep saying this weekend. That's this weekend. It is literally right here. That is this weekend, Friday. And I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna be honest. I'm always honest, so I don't need to say that. I think we say that sometimes to prep people that listen. I got something coming, but I'm always honest. And I wanted so badly to go to this game Friday night. I'm not going to lie. I wanted to go to this game in Colorado Friday night with Dion to be there and everything. But being that, you know, what Miami's trying to do right now, and that they're playing Notre Dame. And I just talked to the team on Tuesday, and I told them about having a singular focus, and all our damn focus should be on Notre Dame, and each one of them right now can make a decision if we're going to play in a championship game at the University of Miami, to make a decision to commit one man to the other, and we will be in that game. And it's going to take everything everybody has. After telling them all of that, if they see me on any other sideline before being on their sideline, I can't let that happen. You know what I'm saying? So my boy knows I love him. I'll be praised to him. I'll be watching. I'll be watching. And then I'll get to the game after being right there. I'll get to one of them games. But I just got to make sure my boys know we need every focus on Notre Dame. And my head, my focus is on Notre Dame too. I'm on one like this right here. Colorado. Also, you know what I'm saying? So just let you know, dog. And I'm gonna tell you something. We'll talk about this, guys. That game's gonna be incredible. That game's gonna be insane, packed. I'm going to get there early. See, I'm going to get there early enough because I want to enjoy. I want to enjoy the tailgating. I want to see the people, man, see how crazy, how ready everybody, how fired up they are. And man, and listen, guys, I was thinking about this on the plane today. All of us, how sick are we? How crazy are we? I'm thinking about it as I'm over there talking with those dudes, those kids, man. I'm putting all these pressure on these kids. I'm telling these kids, we gotta do this. I ain't playing not one damn snap. And then I'm telling the Cowboys, yo, we gotta go. Come on, man, we gotta go. I ain't playing not one damn snap. Why am I like this? Why do I get so drawn in to this stuff that we're waiting? We're just buying time through the year till it comes back around. But the good thing is, it's back around. It is back around. I can't wait. Look at the drama we may have too. College football, Miami ranked 10th. You know, Notre Dame, they're having a great season. So we got that hype coming off that championship season last year. We got that hype going on right there for this weekend in that game. And then you know what really kind of hype we got even going on in the NFL. Let me tell you. They named Joe Flacco starting quarterback, and then they go 2-3, Dylan Gabriel and Shedeur Sanders. Oh, do y'all know what this means? Do you guys understand what this means? I said this. I told you this was going to happen. They were going to have Joe. Oh man, still no call. I'm getting a phone call. Hold on. No call. Can't. Go ahead. I gotta take that off. Hey guys, I am so sorry. We're having a little bit of an issue here. I know you are waiting for me, and we're going to get it right. Now, you do have to understand on this other side, though, I have promised and swore to take you with me all across this place. Everywhere I go, I got to set up and get the job done. I can't predict everybody's internet and Wi-Fi and all of that. Sometimes it falls, but I'm going to work diligently and get it back up. Yeah. Well, we good.
We
Okay,
good.
guys. Okay, guys. I'm so sorry. I don't see anything. Okay, I'm so sorry, guys, that happened. Um, yeah, I got a phone call. I'm not great at this stuff. I got a phone call. Didn't know how to work that thing. Turned off everything. So now I put that thing on do not disturb or airplane mode. But let me tell you why I was. Because this, I want you to hear. I told you this thing in Cleveland was going down like this. Joe Flacco was going to be the starter. Now we got number 2 and 3, Dylan Gabriel. And 2 and 3, Dylan Gabriel and Shador Sanders. Joe Flacco, somewhere early on, that schedule's pretty hard for Cleveland, can easily have an injury. And dude, I want y'all to understand what we will have. And it will be insane if this happens. If something happens to Joe Flacco, you're going to have a live quarterback battle going on in Cleveland in the middle of a real season. Live quarterback battle in Cleveland, in games, in the real season, will in involving Shador Sanders will be, boy, even if he doesn't get hurt, if Joe Flacco doesn't get hurt, and they just decide, okay, I tell you what, we 0-5, 0-6. Where are we going? Where are we going with this? Let's sit old Joe and go with this live in-season battle. Even at 0-6, 0-7, you would get networks, man, trying to get them games. I can see them bumping some team that has a shot at the playoffs to get the game, the Cleveland Browns game that has has no chance of going nowhere, because everybody wants to see that live in season battle. And if I knew them, I would do it. I would say this game, Dylan Gabriel started the first half, Shador Sanders the second half. You know what I mean? Next game, Shador Sanders the first. I would absolutely do it. And you absolutely got to find out what you got. That's why you can't just say, okay, Dylan Gabriel's the second string, let's go with him. Or Shador Sanders the second string, let's go with him. I need to find out, and then you ride those bumps up and down with that one quarterback. I need to find out which one of y'all, if any one of y'all, can do this before I get back in this draft next year. Watch that. I'm just saying, watch that. I think that'll be insane. Shador is going to get eaten alive. But 2 points to that old school. Old school. Let me see that. Let me talk to some of these people because I see they want to talk about this Shador stuff, and then we'll get to this other stuff. Now you say Shador's going to get eaten alive. He got eaten alive in that last preseason game, literally eaten alive. And I heard come to people, everybody say, oh yeah, the ball alone sometimes, and he was, and he didn't have the quite, it just didn't have. He got to get the ball out of his hands, and I'm telling you, I told you guys about that. That's year 3, 4, and 5 stuff for a quarterback, guys. Where if you're great, if you're Patrick Mahomes, that's year 3, 4, and 5 stuff. If you're Patrick Mahomes, rarely, ever, and never is that year 1 where you're taking a quarterback and with the real poor offensive line, and he has an ability to beat the defense, even though the line is poor. The best in the world was Tom Brady. It was Tom Brady. He's beating you with the quick snap, with the quick ball. Boop. Say, boop. sit up. Whatever defense you're in, they play scheme versus scheme. They're going to send an extra man in an area that you can't cover, and they're throwing it quick. Rather, it's everybody go out or quick out, everybody go down the field quick out. We're just throwing it quick because he's accurate enough and patient enough to boot, 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 mark that ball down the field. But everybody's not able to do that. So to put that on Shador, it's just not. It's not understanding football. It's just not understanding football. You can't just you don't walk in the league at this level and the level of these defenses and everything and just be able to pick up at Tom Brady's level. You don't do that. So I'm just saying this will be an incredible battle right here in season that I think will have that has a chance of happening. You know what I mean? That really has a chance of happening. What are they saying to you? What you saying to me there? Um, Richard Hall, do you think he's honestly, you got to scroll up a little bit for you guys, ready to actually start if he had to? I think a good, yeah, Richard, let me tell you something. I think a good game plan, the right game plan put in for his skill set, the answer would be yes. Now you got to be, it's a fancy smart enough to know, let me let this man, let every coach smart enough should be smart enough to know, let me let them do what they do best. You know, that's how you develop young quarterbacks. You start off putting a game plan together that letting them do what they do best. And the other things that you're having conversations about are really when people try new stuff on you. Oh, okay. We're a real good short throwing team. So we're gonna throw short outs, we're gonna throw quick outs, we're gonna throw hitches, we'll throw quick slant. Now the defense, they see this in game one, they see it in game two, in game three, because there's nothing smarter than defense or NFL defense. They see game three, they got everybody stacked on the line of scrimmage, telling you, let's go. We want to make you do something else. And now you got to throw the ball a little deeper down the field. So you start putting together playing game plans where he's holding the ball a little longer. Okay, you did offensive line that you got. So now you got to roll him a little bit. And you add things into his playbook. You're adding things into his toolbox. That's coaching. That's a lot of hard coaching, but that's coaching. And Stefanski, he can do that. So, yeah, I think he can survive if you put a game plan that fits his skill set, like what I was just giving you an example of. That's how you can do it. Even Patrick Mahomes rode the bench his first season. Yes, he did, Joe. He rode the bench. I don't think, let me say this too, just so we can clarify how we say things, I think, because when you say somebody rode the bench, it's like, man, yeah, yeah. When you say that, it's almost like somebody beat him and he had to ride the bench. No, we clearly see that when nobody beat Patrick Mahomes. But to your point, and that's what I'm making, there were things he still had to learn before they cut him loose. And I guarantee you, this was one of them. This was one of them. Because he had, he would hold on to the ball, and he still does it. He does it now. But before, he had to come in and play within the structure of what Andy Reid was doing before I can trust you with this leather for every snap. And once he started doing that, then he started adding in some of the stuff he's doing now. Remember what you see right now in Miami. You see how in Miami play. Tua, get that ball. Tua be hitting his first target and he gets the ball out of his hands quick. Quick release and accurate. Quick release and accurate. Same offense. That's how Patrick Mahomes started. Yeah. Then Tyreek Hill take one. Everybody starts coming up. Tyreek Hill go by you. He goes by you. Everybody starts backing up. He gets back to the quick game. Then Patrick Mahomes started learning to hold on to the ball, buying a little more time because the defense started doing different things. Defense wouldn't let him get the big shots. Remember, they kept the safeties way up top, way up high, and pressed in, and then tried to corral Patrick Mahomes a different way. He keeps taking his game to different levels because defenses keep learning how to stop him. Look at what last year was like. Wasn't pretty anything pretty about Patrick Mahomes, but he still won the games because he's learned and took steps each and every year, growing and growing. You got to give these young guys time, and I'm telling you, it'll be an interesting season for the Cleveland Browns. It'll be one of the most interesting seasons the Cleveland Browns have ever had. I promise you. And I'm not just gonna promise you. Let me do since I've been messing with all of those P's like Dion protects and he's pushing and now I'm talking about predicting. No, I'm not predicting. I'm prophesying. That's another P. I'm gonna prophesy. I had to make sure that was right. I'm gonna prophesy that this is going to happen, and this is going to make the Cleveland Browns one of the most talked about teams of this 2025 season. I'm telling you right now, it'll be the most talked about team in this thing, man. It really would. Guys, also, let me see what I said, saying. Let me see what I said. You're right. You're right. You're right. What am I right about, Andy? Now, you telling me I'm right about it would be one of the most talked about things, or are you telling me I'm right about the learning process that has to come along with these young quarterbacks? You know, and we want to see it. And I know there'd be fake videos sometimes, but they had fake videos about the Cleveland Brown fans saying, "No, we want to see Shador Sanders in the game." Uh, and 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 I get that, and I'm still trying to figure right now why did they even put that kid in the game, take him out for the last 2 minutes, put in Huntley, they already cut him. You see, so yeah, okay, and I got you. The learning process. You're right. That's what I'm saying, buddy. You're right. But no, seriously, that's the truth. The game is the game's masterful. Think about this. Even go through this. That kid in Houston jumped out, took off. Everybody, and even Jordan Love kind of good up and down. But boy, D'Amico Ryan, who is still a great coach, man, he took off. Then the next year, they kind of went through a little low. I know a lot of Nico Collins, a lot of guys, his kids got hurt, a lot of the players got hurt in Houston, but he still went through a little low. Now, wait. I see something over here. Real ATB loyalty. Oh, real ATD by loyalty. Is that what that is? Jerry Jones, very insane video. What is that? What is real? What's oh, okay. Yeah, Jerry Jones. Yeah. Oh, you talking about the interview and Jerry saying get Michael in here and let's cut the deal and everything. We'll talk about that, guys. We'll talk about that because I think that's something too. That's something too. I'm telling you, we would love to have you on our podcast. Oh, somebody asked me to get them on the podcast, and I got to start doing that stuff too because they're podcast people out here. They just do podcasts. I really just started this so I can have a place to talk because they've taken me off enough. So I'm like, okay, whatever. You take me on now. I still got my own locker room. You know what I mean? I go to my own locker room and have my own conversation. And I can do what I want to do my thing, and talk to my people right here. And I like that. I don't care what anybody says. And I'm good even, right here, just doing that. But I do want to talk about that, Michael. So I should put that out there. And I've been, yeah, I've been, I've been hoping because now you'll start seeing these things turning in, right? We'll start seeing them come together. You see the deal they cut with Trey Henderson, get him $30 million. You see the deal they cut with Terry McLaurin, get them about 33 a year. Get them in. And none of these deals are ideal deals. These are short deals that, let's say, we just put a Band-Aid on this problem right now. This is not solving it, but let's put a Band-Aid on it because we got a football season coming up right now. So that's how he gets to his 30 million. They put like 15 million on to take Trey Henderson money to give him $30 million this year. And And then Terry McLaurin gets his deal I think in 96 or something like 3 years, 96 million. So they're like 33 million a year, 31 a year, 32 a year, something like that. So they got theirs taken care of. And let me tell you when they do this and why people do this right here. It used to be we go through camp, but camp's a hard camp. And everybody's tired. And then you bring a player in like this, right around that last week of camp. Wow, what's come just signed? Oh my God. Now you get a little energy. We just got our hunter back in Trey Anderson. Now you got a little energy going. You try to use that energy going into week one. We just got our receiver back, Terry McLaurin. Try to get that going into week one. I'm worried about this Michael Parsons stuff because it still hadn't got done yet. And we're rolling around right up on week one now. And defense is a little bit different when you're a holdout on offense. And I believe, and I understand Jerry understands this, and now Micah understand this. Right here, this is going to be a tough place for Micah. Because I'm not going to lie, this is where I start shaking. I start shaking now and start looking at my people like, what the hell's going on? You know, why we haven't gotten this done? That's, I'm worried now. And Michael, no matter what, a win because if he wants, he can play for that $24 million this year. But he'll have a different risk than watching quarterbacks that play out their contracts and then play on the franchise tag and all of those things. And I just think risking that when you can certainly get paid 40, 41, 42, 43 million on average right now. That's hard. And Michael missing football is the worst thing for everybody involved. I know Jerry knows this because I told him. I know Micah knows this because he's telling himself. He knows. I hope the agent know this about his client. I got to keep him on the field because that's what he does. And I don't want to kill something inside that he has for what he does, the great love he has for what he does. And now you put this kind of pain and hurt on it, it dampens it. So I'm worried about that. And the only thing that holds me right now, that doesn't even hold me, but I'll give you this. The only thing that's a leeway here is he plays defense and not offense. Offense is all about timing. It's all about timing. Michael playing defense, I can roll it in this way because even though you're not ready to play week one, I know you're in shape. I've seen you working out, and I can line you up. Even if I sign you a few days before week one, I can line you up and just say, hey, just go get the quarterback. Don't worry about nothing. Just go get the quarterback. So that's why I say you got an extra few days with the Michael Parsons than you would have had with someone on offense who's trying to get a timing with the whole unit. There's a place that you can use Michael Parsons. It doesn't matter his timing with the rest of the team. Just get your butt back there and get the quarterback. So you can give him 10, 15, 20 plays, 10, 15 plays in week one, even if he signs this late. Yeah, Jerry got to make that major motion, man. I'm with you on that. And guys, you know where I stood with all of this when Jerry told me about his agent saying, shove it up your whatever, you know what I mean? Shove it up your ass. I was like, there's no way. There's no way he said that. Because think about it. Even if they thought that that was a bull contract, a BS contract that Jerry think he worked out with Michael, I'm still taking that contract. I'm gonna say send it over. You guys, this is how it works. All right. When we negotiate, we get the contract, we look at it, we got all the major points, numbers, number of years, how you're taking some money, how you're taking it. You put all those down, and you send that sheet on over. They look at it. They say, "Oh, he wants 44 million a year. They only offering 41 million. Well, Miles Garrett's at 43. Then I want to be at 46. Okay, but he had 41. They want 5 years. I'll give them 40. I got us a term sheet. I'm just changing the terms, and I'm gonna send it back. But don't not take it. Even if you thought they made it up or came up with it under some other thing, whatever they came up with, at least I'm going to be starting now at whatever number you put out there. You had 41 million or 40 million. I'm trying to get to 46 million. I'm only $6 million apart there. But if you tell them to shove it up his now, when you do call and say, well, what number are you at? I'm at 46. Well, we at zero. We $46 million. I'd rather just let me get that contract. Let me see what you got there. And I'm gonna tell you, it ain't no contract until I sign it, so I can just see that number, and then we'll start negotiating off that number. You see what I'm saying? That's just little things like that. But I think right here, Michael, this is your career, this is your life, and I told you guys, Michael has to understand you're not getting this kind of attention other places. I want him to get every dime, every dime. My hope was Jerry was going to be do smart thing, and give him 10 years, $450 million. But, but to fight and lose for the fight for $2 million a year, $3 million, that's a lot of money. And I don't think it'll ever be that kind of discrepancy. You know, and just saying number, say he makes, Miles Garrett makes what, 43, 44 a year. It's not like Jerry going to pay Micah 39 a year. It's going to be right there. Micah's thing is, do I risk if I'm at 42? Do I risk sitting out losing 24 trying to get the 2 or the 3? When I know ultimately I do not want to leave the Dallas Cowboys. Now, you see, when I sit out on game 1, now I'm opening the door to say, I'm not going to be here one day. And that's the decision that Michael has to make. And he has to understand he has a $100 million deal in his left hand. I'm not going to chase an extra $1 million a year here when, since I got this $100 million deal in my left hand, I'm going to get another one over here on my podcast in my right hand, because everything I say every day during the season, I was on those shows, everybody was talking about it. I'm telling you, we started this with TNT blowing up that podcast. The closest thing to blowing up a podcast like TNT blew up that podcast is what Michael Parsons is doing. And, Michael Parsons, his podcast, I guarantee you, go look at some of those numbers that he gets. And he gets them because he plays for America's team. A businessman will take all that into this account, and make a decision from that. You know what I mean? Guys, I'm going to speak with him because I want to talk to Emmett when we talk about the documentary and the Netflix. Because, 4 was about the back-to-backs, and Emmett won MVP in that game in Atlanta. one of my greatest pains also is that I never won that MVP in Super Bowl 30. I really should have won MVP in Super Bowl 29 because Troy got Super Bowl 27's MVP and we practiced at UCLA and we played in the Rose Bowl. It's right there where his college is. Emmett got Super Bowl 29 MVP and we played in Atlanta. Emmett, we're not going to Pensacola. As a matter of fact, no football team or no organization going to Pensacola. So the closest we could get to Emmett was Atlanta. Super Bowl 29 was in Miami. And that was supposed to be my MVP. Baddest thing planned out. Mm. 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 That hurts me when I think about it, you know? That hurts me when I think about it. Yeah. All right. All right. I'll get you, Irvin, and I'll drop that. I'll drop that tomorrow. That bothered me, so I got to cut this right here, and we'll talk again. I can't even. I don't know why I let my mind go to that, and I think I'm just going there now because the season started. You know, I really felt that. And like when I was talking to the guys today too, man, let me tell you something, man. It's like, I don't know, after watching this documentary, I'm at a place like I'm reflecting on things instead of running out, instead of running after things. I'm looking at it now like, yeah, I missed that. Man, I missed that locker room. I really do. Even talking to Miami today, I was telling them, this is literally, I swear this is literally the best time of your life. And you, I wish I could express upon you how nothing you think is important is as important as this. Nothing you think is important is as important as just like right now. I just felt that I didn't get that MVP, that it wouldn't make that Super Bowl in Miami. We had the plan, and now I'm sitting here feeling this kind of way. And I had great career. I got championship players. Still. I want to blame somebody. Like I shouldn't have done this. I shouldn't have done that. If I'd done that, I'd have given up. You know, I don't blame somebody. It just runs me crazy. Just runs me crazy. So I'm just saying, man, everybody, whatever you're doing, go for it. Go for it, man. Because if it's that important to you and it means that to you, all that other stuff that you think is important, it's not important. Go not just chase. Don't just chase that dream. Go catch it. And don't let nobody, nobody, stop you from catching your dream. And don't stop until you catch it. Because time is flying. And every day I work out, right, I'm still competing against that 25-year-old Michael. My old ass being there tired, talking about when I was 25, I used to do it. You can't do it no more, but we chase that the rest of our lives. Like them college players, man, they don't know. You're not going to live any better moments than you're living right now. Yeah, you have family, all that stuff will be great. But dude, ain't nothing in the world like running out of that smoke in Miami with your boys going to impose your will when you know y'all have been working like I don't know what. I line up in a lot of places, man, playing football all over this country. Ain't nothing like that in Miami. And I'm going to be there Sunday when it kicks off against Notre Dame. And anybody that ain't there, I don't know what to tell you. You certainly ain't with us. You get what I'm saying? We going to be there. I can't wait. I'll talk to you guys tomorrow, man. And we'll talk to one of the greatest. We'll talk about his Super Bowl MVP in the documentary. Now I got to go try to put myself to sleep in the midst of my pain and regret of not having my Super Bowl MVP like him and enjoy. Peace, my peeps.